Assalamualaikum, my dear students. I hope all of you are fine and doing well. So, topic here we are going to discuss it is the properties of oxides of nitrogen. Now, when we talk about specifically properties of anything or any substance, basically these properties are of two types, in which the number one type of the properties are called as the physical properties, and the second one type is called as the chemical properties. So the physical properties may include the color, the appearance, the melting point, the boiling point of the substance and how do they behave. But on the other hand, the chemical properties they just shows that how do that substance react, what is its reactivity rate, and what type of new products or the main products it can make when it is going to have the reaction with other substances. And specifically when we talk about the oxides of the nitrogen on reacting with the oxygen, it produce a lot of oxides in which we have nitrogen oxide, we have nitrogen dioxide, we have dinitrogen oxide, we have nitrogen dinitrogen trioxide, we have dinitrogen tetroxide, and dinitrogen pentaoxide. These are basically oxides of the nitrogen. Now, what are their main properties of these oxides? Let's have a look. The first one is the dinitrogen oxide. The simple formula of dinitrogen oxide is N2O. And what are its main properties? The first one, it is used as or called as the laughing gas. If someone just smells out that gas, it started to laugh out. So this is the property of this dinitrogen oxide. On the other hand, it is the only inorganic anesthetic gas in the clinical use that can be used as anesthesia gas, which is only inorganic. Otherwise, all just use the organic gases for this purpose. Third one, it is colorless and odorless gas. So no one can easily detect that whether this gas is present in specific area or not. The fourth one, it is non-explosive and non-inflammable. So this is a very good property for this. Basically, it is gas at the room temperature and it can be kept as a liquid under the pressure. So when we have the gas and we started to apply the pressure over it, it will be converted into the liquid because its molecules come close to each other and changes into the liquid state. So we can convert that dinitrogen oxide into a liquid state by applying the pressure. The last one, this gas is relatively inexpensive. So if it is inexpensive, then it will be easily available for the use. So this is the very good thing or the plus point for the dinitrogen oxide. After its physical properties, we have its chemical properties. The first one is its combustion and reduction of dinitrogen oxide. So in the first reaction, we have the simple dinitrogen oxide. Here its formula is given as N2O. When this dinitrogen oxide just react with the substance like sulfur, which is in the solid state, now what type of product it is going to be make? It can make sulfur dioxide along with the production of the nitrogen gas. So this is a simple reaction of the dinitrogen oxide with the sulfur. After this we have its chemical reaction with the phosphorus which is in the P4 state. It is dinitrogen oxide. On reacting with it produces the phosphorus oxide and with the production of the nitrogen gas. Basically when we have a look on this dinitrogen oxide, it is not combustible but it just resembles to somehow with the oxygen because it is as a splinter glowing. Similarly, it just support the process of combustion if the burning substances such as we have sulfur and phosphorus etc. They are if taken in the cylinders containing this gas, then they started to combust in this process. And the second chemical property of this, when we have dinitrogen oxide, it reacts with the copper or it may be passed over red hot copper. Then the two products is obtained, it is reduced to the nitrogen because it lost or lose the oxygen over there, and along with the production of the cuprous oxide as CuO. This is the simple chemical properties of the dinitrogen oxide. After this, we have the properties of the nitrogen oxide. The formula of the nitrogen oxide is NO. Basically, at standard temperature and pressure, the two atoms of the element bind to form the dinitrogen. So its two atoms will combine and form the nitrogen gas. It is incombustible and it is a diatomic gas. It does not burn, it is colorless, odorless, and the tasteless gas. The molecular weight is around of 28. And after this, we have the chemical properties of this dinitrogen simple oxide, the reaction with oxygen and its decomposition. The first one is nitrogen oxide is going to react with the oxygen. So when it reacts with the oxygen, it forms a gas which is nitrogen dioxide, and that gas is reddish brown in color. This is reddish brown in color, and this is produced due to the reaction of nitrogen oxide with oxygen. And the second chemical property of this, when it just heated, it decomposes into the nitrogen gas and the oxygen gas, and all that just happened at a very high temperature. And the temperature here we have to keep it is 1000 degree Celsius. So that's why that reaction can easily be happened over there. So these are the simple reactions or the chemical properties of the oxides of the nitrogen. Next we have its reaction with the chlorine and the iron sulfate. Nitrogen oxide can also react with the chlorine, and it forms the product which is called as nitrosyl chloride. This is called as nitrosyl chloride. On the other hand, its second reaction is with iron sulfate, FeSO4. Basically, it forms a brown colored addition compound which is the FeSO4 and O. This is called as the addition compound, and the color of this compound is brown, and it is formed and used as to confirm the presence of nitrates. That test is also called as the ring test for the identification of the compounds. So this was all about today's lecture. I hope you guys understand, and if you have any queries you may ask me about that in the comment section. The next topic that we will discuss, it is the oxyacids of the nitrogen in detail. For that time, you guys keep learning and have a good time.